Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Avon Fab 4 edition of New Representative Training. We're so excited to come out to you today. We're going to make this brief and give you lots of great information. We'll be doing these new ones every 2 weeks, and they are available to you to watch over and over again if you want on Facebook on our new representative training page. So if you don't have that page or you're not part of that group page, please reach out to your district manager so we can get you on there. My name's Janice Youngblood, and what we're going to be talking about today are the steps to success for new representatives. Okay, so what's the first thing to do? Well, of course, first you need to sell and promote your e-store, your Avon brochures, and your Mark Magalogs. So how are you going to do that? You're going to connect with prospective customers in person and online. And you can manage your business 24/7 when you're online. So you want to get it out there, let everybody know, everybody you come in contact with. Like we always say, they're a possible Avon representative, men, women, children, grandmas, whoever. Okay, so once you've gotten past that point, once you've connected with your customers with those brochures and things, you're going to create and personalize your Avon e-store. And you do this at youravon.com. Okay? So you go in, make sure you go to youravon.com, and when you sign in, make sure you sign up to be an e-representative. It will give you a name for your website, or you can also personalize it and change it, and we'll tell you whether that's one that's taken or not. So it's very easy. Then you'll promote that site to your customers, which is so easy, because you'll go to the Avon web store and be able to send those customers there. One of the things you may forget about that you'd really want to do too is you want to change your outgoing announcement on your cell phone and let everyone know that you're open for business with your Avon store, so that anytime they call you, because nowadays lots of times we don't get to those phones because we're texting and things, or we're busy with the children or busy at work or whatever. So changing that that message on your cell phone can be really important. Okay, so let's pass this on to Shana Mena, one of our other district managers, and she's going to talk to you about building your customers.
Thanks, Janice. My name is Shana Mena, and I am the district sales manager for District 5834 in Missouri, and we're so happy that you were able to join us today because we have so much information that we want to get across to you in a short amount of time. So the great way to build your customer list is to always start with a physical list. We like to call it the who do you know list. Grab a sheet of paper and a pen and quickly start jotting down who do you know, who you would like to send your brochures to. Is it actual individual people? You can also include in that list places. So for instance, if you want to hand out brochures at your place of employment, then write down the name of your place of employment, and right beside that, jot down about how many people you think you can hand a brochure to. This list, we always like to start with a minimum of 50 people. You think, my gosh, I don't know 50 people. Well, guess what? You do. You definitely do. And the best place to start is if you have a little bit of a hesitation on thinking of at least 50 people, is always go to your contacts list in your cell phone. Because as you know, there are at least 150 people in your cell phone contacts list. This doesn't necessarily have to be people that you know on a personal basis. It can be people that you come into contact with on a daily basis. So for instance, my children's pediatrician office, I don't really know him or the ladies in there on a daily friendship basis where I talk to them every day, but I do pop in there at least once or twice a month for regular checkups, or if the kids have a little sickness going on. So that to me is a place that I can hand a brochure. So don't think that this has to be just people that you know who are close and near and dear to you. Of course you want to get your brochures to those potential customers, but it's any place that you go, such as the grocery store or the local gas station. Do you pop into the local 7-Eleven every morning for your cup of coffee? Well, hand the girl a brochure there. See if she's getting any Avon representatives in there that she can order from, and if not, then offer your brochure. So when you go and you hand out your brochures, you have your name, your list of 50 potential customers that you're going to hand brochures to. So once that's complete, then you have to get your brochures out there, right? So you want to arm yourself. You want to have a separate bag or even just maybe a larger purse to throw a couple of brochures in. And instead of just handing someone your brochure, you always want to make sure that you're going to have follow-up information, because as Christy's going to talk to us in a little bit, it's all about the follow-up. So to do that, I have a very simple, quick way. You're going to take your brochures once you get them. So here is my Campaign 21 brochure, and I'm getting this ready well ahead of time. And I have my pack of sticky notes. I'm going to simply take my brochures out of the box, and I'm going to put a blank sticky note on my brochure. And then I'm going to pop it in my bag. So tomorrow morning, when I head to 7-Eleven and I'm getting that cup of coffee, I'm talking to the girl behind the counter. And as I'm talking to her, I simply say something to the effect of, hey, I have a quick question for you. Is anyone bringing you an Avon brochure here? And she might say, well, no. Actually, I haven't seen a brochure since I was a little girl. My grandmother used to sell Avon. My mom used to sell Avon. But I haven't seen a brochure in years. Are you an Avon representative? Well, yes, I am. Here, let me give you a brochure. You're going to pop out that brochure from your bag. And guess what? You have your sticky note on it. You're going to say, you know what? Let me get some information from you. What's your name? My name is Susie. And what's your last name, Susie? Smith. Okay, great. And Susie, what's a phone number and an email address that I can get from you so that way I can call you right before my orders go in? She gives you her phone number and her name. So now you have it written down on your brochure. You're going to simply pop off that sticky note. You're going to hand Susie the brochure. And you're going to take this sticky note and you're going to put it in your Avon brochure bag. So when you get home, you should have several of these sticky notes, all with customer information on how you're going to follow up with them. And again, Christy's going to show you how to do that. You also might want to jot down a quick note, because if you hand out 15 to 20 brochures, you're going to want to know where each of those people are. So you can write down her name, Susie Smith, her phone number, her email address, and then just write down something that's going to jog your memory. Girl at 7-Eleven, guy at the gas station, my son's 4th grade teacher. Whatever's going to help to jog your memory, so when you do call those people, you're going to have a little bit of something to talk to them about and know who they are and help you build that relationship. So that's a quick way to help you build your customer base and get your brochures out there. I highly recommend going to local small businesses and simply stating that same phrase that I just taught you. Hey, I have a quick question. Is there an Avon representative who's leaving you all a brochure? Based on their answer, if they say no, then say, would you mind if I left you one? And no one's going to turn down an Avon brochure. Everyone loves a catalog. So make sure that you're leaving those and you're making notes of where you're leaving them, and those sticky notes are a great way to do it. And once you get home, I always suggest having a binder or a notebook where you can transfer that information from those sticky notes to that. So that way you don't have 100 sticky notes just laying around your Avon office desk. You have a little bit more of an organized way to keep that information. So I'm going to pass it on off to Christy, because she's going to tell you what to do once we've organized those sticky notes and handed out those brochures.
Thank you, Shana. So as we move on to the third section in your training booklet on page 20, I think we may have already mentioned that, but this is in your training booklet that came in your kit. So third section, Gretchen's showing that picture. We're going to follow up with customers and team members. So we want to call, email, and text everyone who received an Avon brochure or a marked magalog. So we're going to back up just a little bit to the last step that Shana was talking about just a minute ago. In order to follow up with everyone you gave a brochure to, you definitely need to keep a list. Now, she has given you your insurance policy, and that is that sticky note. Yes, you can plan to take your notebook or your full list with you all day long, but it might not happen every time if you're like me. That notebook might be sitting next to your computer. You might have put it in your other purse. Who knows? But always have a sticky note on every brochure so that you have that insurance policy. Then you're going to come back and you're going to start a checklist. This is a very crude version of a checklist. Some of you guys are really organized. You're going to have an Excel spreadsheet with who knows what on it. It can be also just very simple. So I don't know if you can see here. I've put the names of who I've given Avon brochures to. I've put a check mark beside their name when they have actually gotten the brochure in their hands. And the second check mark, that means that I have checked back with them and already gotten their order. When I see 2 check marks, I know I'm done. I've already given them their brochure, or I've told them or given them, shared my website with them, and I have followed up when I see 2 check marks. It's easy to see. When I see 1 check mark, I know I've got to follow up with those folks. When I see no check marks, oops, I better make sure that I'm getting that brochure to that person that I plan to get it to. So the who do you know list that Shana was talking about is the jumping off point. But these check marks, getting the brochures in the hands of the people and then following up to see what they need, that's your money right there. That is the action and the effort that's going to bring the Avon income to your household. So you're also going to, you know, on the list, I don't know if you noticed, one of the customers, Joni, she had an E beside her name. That's because I know Joni, but Joni lives too far away for me to deliver. So I texted my website, my customer website, to Joni. So I have to still make a mark that I did that, right, so that I don't forget to follow up with Joni and let her know that the orders are due. But Avon has this great little tool. You want to gather all the email addresses that you can so that you can send an e-postcard to your Avon eStore customers. So for those of you that have the email addresses, for the people that you have them for, you want to go to the web office in your Avon.com and send a reminder that the campaign orders are due. But before you do that, of course, you're backing up to that first step and sending them the very first e-card that you've gotten started. That e-card, when they click on it to shop, is going to put them directly on your website, no one else's, because you sent the e-card. So it's a great way to get your customers there, and special offers like free shipping, maybe 20% off. They're going to get great codes from the company that will give them discounts. And you're going to be able to earn without ever touching those products if the people live far away and they choose direct delivery. Don't forget, though, you may have those high-tech people who don't live far away, but they're always on the computer, always on their smartphone. You can send them your website to shop, and then they can choose representative delivery. It'll put their order right into your cart. So that'll give you some brochures for those people who you know are always going to do their shopping online or on their phone. Third, we got to make sure that we show others how to earn and sell, because there are 2 ways to earn with Avon: through your customer sales and by helping the company to grow its number of representatives. So tell every customer that you can earn with Avon as your business partner. Let them know that you're open to helping anyone that they know in the U.S. that would like to have Avon earnings. We know that not everyone wants to have their own business, and that's okay, because those who don't want to earn with Avon are going to want to buy Avon. Those who do want to earn with Avon, they'll do it with you. So as Avon managers, we hear this all the time. Someone signs up to sell Avon. They later end up telling us that they had a regular representative they were buying from for a long time, but they were nervous to ask them about selling. Maybe they were thinking they would step on their toes, or maybe they just didn't know that that representative could sign them up. So they go online, they sign up, and the person who's been serving them for so long gets no bonuses, no potential commissions. It's just a win-win for you to tell every single customer that they can be your business partner, and so can their friends and family, so that you have those added bonuses. It's definitely never going to step on your toes. There are so many customers out there. Just personally, I sold before I was a district manager with a company. When I sold, there were 44 representatives in the city I lived in. Not a big city. We're talking under 7,000 population, and I was selling over 20,000 a year. There's room for even more. I met customers every day who didn't have a representative. So never ever worry that when you sign someone up that that's going to give you competition. There are so many Avon customers out there just waiting for you to give them a brochure. You want to be sure to tell every single person that you talk to and every single person that you give a brochure about the Avon opportunity. You never know who's going to take off like a rocket. It's a win-win for everyone. And now I know that Gretchen has information on the next step. Gretchen?
Hi, Christy. Thanks a lot. So much information. I was glued there, but I think I get the funnest part. I get the submitting your order and figuring out how much money you guys have made. So after you've done all the steps before, what you need to do to make sure you earn money, you're going to submit your order. And there's great training on Avon University that will actually walk you through orders. Your upline and your district sales manager will help you. So if you're still nervous, if it's your first order, feel free to reach out to us. One of the things I want to express is that your district manager and your upline, we're here to help support you and help you get through any awkward moment or weird situation that you might think you're in, because chances are somebody's been there before you, so we can really help you pass those obstacles. So feel free to reach out to us and anytime you have a weird question or you think something is really putting a roadblock on your business, we want to help you through it, and we can help you through it. So make sure you're reaching out to one of us. And so when you submit your order, you're going to go to youravon.com, of course. And as Christy said, when you go in here, you might already have orders sitting in your cart that your customers have went on and placed. And you'll see those when you log on. You can also download the Avon mobile app where you can enter orders as well. If you haven't already added your customers, there's an option for you to do that as well. And with every order, one of the most important things you want to do is make sure you order the new brochures. We can get our brochures 2 campaigns ahead of time. So you definitely, especially this time of the year when the holiday season is approaching, you don't want to miss any campaign order because you want to make sure you're getting those new brochures, and you don't want to miss any sale on time because it's the holiday season. I mean, people want their stuff when they want it, and if you don't get it first, you might not get it. So make sure you're not missing anything. You can also order your demo products. If you haven't looked at the what's new, or maybe you didn't receive one, make sure you're check marking on your order entry screen. Look over and click on that shop demos and look through the what's news, because that's going to tell you what's coming out ahead of time and give you the opportunity to order your demos that you want to have on hand or use yourself so that you can share your experience with that product with your customers, and even let your customers see it and try it themselves, so that you can take pre-sales and have orders before you even get to that campaign to submit that product order. Also, your samples. Magalogs, we're going to have an Avon Living. It's gorgeous. You don't want to miss ordering that one. The Mark Magalogs you can order. Just click on order brochures and flyers, and you'll see all the different ones that you can order from that item entry screen. Also, when you submit your order, you're going to need to, most representatives will need to prepay a certain amount. If you are not sure what that amount is, I highly encourage you to reach out to your upline or your district manager or call Avon customer service, and we can help you determine what amount you need to pay. If maybe you haven't collected from one customer, you don't want that to hold up your entire order because you have other customers that are really depending on you to get their order to them, especially during the holiday season. I mean, some people go out of town, they need those items to take with us, so it's really important that you get your orders in on time, paid on time, so they can ship on time, and you can deliver on time. So you want to make sure you know what your prepay amount is. We have all kind of tools and supports to help you figure that out, but like I said, if you can't figure it out on your own, reach out to somebody and we will help you. You can also pay by phone, or you can pay from your cell phone. Avon accepts debit, credit card, prepaid cards. You just have to make sure they're registered to use online. A lot of times that is a little roadblock too. You can also set up your checking account with what we call Quick Pay, and you can read more information about that on your Avon.com. That is where you'll set up a PIN number, and you can have it removed from your checking account each time. You just have to call in and let them know how much you want to pay, and then you have to authorize it each time. And then, as Christy mentioned, when you bring other people into Avon, just helping them learn everything that you're doing as well. So making sure that they're going to place and pay for their orders on time too, because that's going to help you get your bonus money. It's also going to help them get paid as well. Usually 2 to 3 days later, your order arrives and you're going to sort through it, make sure everything's there for your customers, and then you get to deliver your products and make your customers happy. It's like Christmas every time those boxes come in. I know all of us dig to the bottom to see that new demo book. But just seeing the eyes on your customers when they get their new products, it's really rewarding, and you know, we get to see everything everyone's ordering. So it really is like Christmas for us. But you want to make sure when you do that, you send a new brochure with them in their order. It's always nice to give them a little sample, or like Christy said, make sure you're putting that prospecting information on there. Let them know that they can, it's simple. You could just use a little label and say, become an Avon representative, ask me how. Something like that, just so they know that, hey, I can call her and get information on how to make some extra money. And then your samples you can put in there, but you want to also follow up with those samples, like Christy said, because you're handing your money out. So you want to touch a base with them and just ask them what they thought of that sample. And then once you pay your final bill to Avon, when you're after you've prepaid and your order goes through shipping and billing, then you may or may not have a remaining balance. So when you get your order and that invoice, you're going to need to look at that before you spend any of your money, and make sure that to see if you have an extra balance left over that you need to pay or not. Because when it does go through actual billing, there are sometimes some price adjustments, and you'll probably notice that when you're entering your order. Sometimes you have a 2-for-1 deal and they both go in for the lower price, but when it goes through actual billing, it's going to bill out at the actual price. So your prepay is an estimated prepay, but the final billing is the actual total amount. So you want to make sure when you get your order that you check that Avon invoice, and then you're going to need to pay any remaining balance each campaign. And then the best part, the rest is all yours. That's your earnings. And we can help you figure all that up ahead of time too. So I hope you've enjoyed the new representative training. I hope you got a lot of tidbits. I know Tina and James and Krista shared some great information. And we'll be coming back in 2 weeks. That would be September 23rd at 11 o'clock. So watch the invitation. And good luck and have a great evening.